again, just because I was CEO doesn't mean that I could just make moves. I had to get approval from Jay, Lyor, Biggs, and myself. And then everyone would have to sign off on it. There was no way Jay was going to ever, he wouldn't sign off on Kanye. So you think he's going to sign off on, he didn't sign off on Joe Buttons. I heard Joe Button say, yeah, the reason why no one when I started doing business with Joe Buttons, it was toward the end. So it was one of them situations where we voted and Jay-Z voted no, but me and Biggs voted yes. But then, there was no more Rockefeller. But yeah, no one accepted him. I did. If you think I loaned them money, because he said I loaned them money, you think I loaned them my money? That was Rockefeller money. And we weren't that cool for me to just give him some money. It was a business thing. So yes, he was a Rockefeller, never got recognized as one because it was over. Just like Graf, just like Rel. Now Rel was kind of in the game. Who else? There was a couple of people we had signed that ended up, getting caught up in the fallout. And, I don't understand how he says that. But yeah, you were a Rockefeller. And all of y'all have been watching me do podcasts with Kenyatta since 2005. I just wasn't monetizing it. And now that's what y'all all do. It's not to be offensive. I'm just saying I saw y'all as being artists that stimulated verticals from brand new records. I didn't see y'all retiring like football players and becoming hip hop casters. You know what I'm saying? I didn't see that. Like, I think everyone should have a podcast as a vertical, but I didn't see them making that their main thing. And my problem with Joe was when he was, when he's in it and I'm like, yo, pass some plugs. Let me know how to get the ads, whatever. And he was like, I'll call you back, and never called me back. And I just don't like that. I just think I always want to be generous with my opportunities with other people. And I just found that he wasn't. Maybe I'm wrong. But again, Joe, we can talk anytime you want. Buttons. Anytime.
What happened with the Dipset album? Did that get caught up in the breakup also?
Again, what I did for Cam, pause, is once I found out that Jay was going to cock block, pause, because he was supposed to take the deal at Atlantic with Lyor, but he just didn't want me to have Rockefeller. And L.A. Reid was like, he didn't want Jay to be the president. L.A. Reid wanted me because L.A. Reid had went through a similar situation with Babyface. So he's like, I need someone that does business. Like basically, from my experience, him being president of Def Jam was one of those, again, vanity titles. You know what I'm saying? Like, that's all it was. It wasn't like he was really doing P&Ls and all that other shit, from what I was told. And L.A. Reid really wanted me to be that guy so that he knew that it would be real business. Like, we would have done a lot with if we would have did that. What happened was, once I found out that Jay was going to be the president, I knew that he was going to f up Cam's shit. And L.A. Reid is fair in that way. Like, L.A. Reid is the type of person that'll duck you. He used to have a button, because I used to just walk in his office because he never picked up my calls. I remember I had to call Usher like, yo, because I was like, what? Because what's up with your man? He was like, don't worry about it. He does that to everybody. So I didn't take it personal, but I moved quickly. So I used to just walk in his door. They had a button to lock the door when I would come in. But I finally got to talk to him with Cam, and I got him to let Cam out the contract, and Cam was $3 million unrecouped. And that's why I be bugging that Cam is so ungrateful, or at least the way he's approached things. I did the same thing for him at Sony with Polly Anthony. Over there, he was about $3 or $4 million unrecouped. So I let him leave with no debt. So, that's what happened.
What's up? This is Cam Capone. We got more content like this coming soon. So hit that like button, subscribe, and stay locked in to Cam Capone News.